The teacher said, "Do you mean an airplane? A pilot? Something like that?" And Rick notices he seemed very concerned, so he quickly changed his answer to, "Yes, airplane pilot." But always felt that a bird would feel more free than the pilot. Later he found that airplane pilot was an option, and being a bird was not an option. So he did get his airplane pilot's license. The type of flying he enjoyed the most was the times he piloted a sailplane, a large wingspan airplane with no engine where he got to glide silently through the air and feel like a bird. Rick Goldman began his career when he was 18 years old working at a restaurant some of you may remember on 163rd Street called Figaro's. Rick started as a busboy and worked his way up to a sandwich maker, but he had goals and dreams. He wanted to be a pizza man. The other pizza makers told him to train by tossing a dish rag like it was pizza dough. Rick used to do that anytime he had a free moment until one day the pizza rag landed on a customer's head. So he then went to the University of Miami where he majored in chemistry and had a minor in biology. While attending UM, he worked as a cook at Howard Johnson that used to be across the street from the Marco Polo Hotel. One day he met a cute waitress there named Dora Lee and invited her to go to the beach. He saw her in a bikini and knew it was love, and they got married 4 years later. After having a daughter, Rick and Dora Lee traveled to Africa, Canada, London, Jamaica, and many trips to a very small island in the Bahamas called Great Guana Cay. They decided that a baby wouldn't slow down their travel plans, and boy were they in for a surprise. The next real vacation was when their daughter was 12 and they toured the Galapagos Islands on a private yacht. After paying for his daughter to attend Georgetown University, he's in no financial position to travel anymore. Today, Rick enjoys scuba diving, bike riding, cooking, and helping business owners to earn a better income by advertising more effectively. Please help me welcome the President of Ad Excellence, Rick Goldman.
Dora Lee has an orchid in her drink. So here's a marketing question. Does an orchid make the drink better? It makes your perception of the drink better. That's how you turn a $10 drink into an $18 drink. Not long ago, we had a baby. Then the baby grew up. Then the baby met Nick. And then she got married to Nick. And now we have a granddaughter. This is me and my mom at the Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport on our way to Vancouver. Here's another marketing question. What's the name of the city where that airport's located?
Dayton Beach.
It's actually in an unincorporated Broward, but for marketing reasons, they call it Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport. Here's me and Uncle Ralph. When I was 15, he was in great shape. He was swimming, and at the time, he appeared to me to be an old man. I decided I'm going to be like him. So I always wanted to exercise, always rode my bike, always kept in shape. Now, that was a year ago. Now he's 93. He still swims, plays golf several times a week. Here's me with two of my nieces. About a year ago, both of them were very overweight. They struggled with weight all their lives. They decided to start bike riding. Now they enter triathlons. They talked me into entering one November 9th, so I'll be doing that soon. And there's Ruby. She is a good girl. Enough about me and my family. Let's talk about one of my clients. This is a project we had. The client had this website. He loved it. He thought it was great. That's it. That's the whole thing. A picture of the courthouse from 1928, his address and phone number, and one of the lawyers in the office said, "Come on, you really should get a website." So he brought me in, he showed it to me, and he said, "I think it's great. Do you think you could do something better?" "Yeah, I think so." So we actually have buttons up there you could press and see other pages to the website and learn about what he does. And the dark, stormy sky, he wanted that. He said that when someone comes to him, first they had to commit a very serious crime, have their day in court, lose, and then come to him because he does the appeal. So things can only get better. So he felt like he's the guiding light through the storm. Here's one of our clients. They have this dingy building with the mildew up there, garbage on the ground, weeds everywhere. What did they want? They wanted a TV commercial. So I don't have the sound turned up, but I wanted you to see we can make a beautiful TV commercial even when the place looks like a dump. We just didn't go there and shoot any video. We created the entire TV commercial in our computer. Here's a website this guy had. It's the Tiki Food Truck. He found some cheap web designer who used WordPress, which is free, and they got a cheap or free template with a Hawaiian theme, and then it's fill in the blank, put in the name of your business and so on. He hated it. Before he ever took the food truck out for the first time, he hired me to make a new one. We actually have designers who went to college 4 years. They can design things. So this is what we created. He loves it. This is Beacon Hardwoods, one of the worst websites I've ever seen. Lucky for them, they were referred to me by Steve, and I'll tell you what's wrong with it. They sell lumber, so you might think, so what's so bad? There's a picture of lumber, there's some trees. That's the problem. Think about this. How many of you are in favor of deforestation? I mean, how many of you wish we would just cut down all the trees in the rainforest and be done with it? It's not a real popular idea, is it? That's why we would never make a website where we show lumber next to trees. We don't want you making that connection in your mind. Here's the Ad Excellence version. What we want you to think about is that beautiful hardwood handrail on the stairs, this beautiful wooden bar. If I was giving away that bar, wouldn't you love to have that in your home? Wait a minute. You're the same people that a minute ago didn't like deforestation. So what did I do? I showed you what you could have instead of showing you the actual product itself. That's what all advertising's like. It's like some big magic trick where a clown goes, hey, look at me, but don't think about what's on the bun. Don't talk to your kids about that. All advertising works that way. They don't want to ever, after spending $1 billion just last year, they never showed you a cow. They never showed you a chicken. They don't want you making that connection in your mind. They don't want your kids asking, did the chicken get hurt in the nuggets? Don't even think about it. Here's how they advertise. Look at the father and son. They're whispering. They're sharing secrets. They're having a great time. And all of that would be impossible if not for the happy meal in the middle. Yeah. That's how you bond with your kids. Oh, look at this. Happy family, happy me. And look at the cute little girl. She's feeding her dad a thinly sliced potato that was boiled in fat. If they didn't have $1 billion a year to spend on advertising, would we start to see things a little bit more clearly? This is from the latest edition of the Harvard magazine, published by Harvard University. I highlighted some parts in red. Here's what I want you to know. Obesity just began 50 years ago. Before that, we were not overweight as a population. And now it's growing so fast, an extra 1% of us are overweight every single year. So now it's a simple math problem. When will all of us be overweight? Well, 1% a year? The answer is 2040. 100% of Americans will be overweight by 2040. Heart disease is about to become everyone's problem. How did we get there? Oh yeah, I remember. Some clown with $1 billion to spend on advertising. They're so effective, they made us forget that if you thinly slice potatoes and boil them in fat, that cannot possibly be good for you. What we're looking at here is the prevention for heart disease, the prevention for obesity, the prevention for diabetes, and the prevention for many forms of cancer. What we're missing is $1 billion to promote that idea. But I'm not here to talk about health and fitness. I'm here to talk about advertising and to point out that even if you have a horrible product that makes people sick, you can be very successful in your business. Now, none of us sell things that hurt people. Imagine how effective we could be with a good advertising program. Here's an example of a horrible website and a logo. Someone made this for a guy. His last name is Sheriff, so they thought they're creative. We'll make a sheriff's badge. Well, he shoots wedding videos. They made his website and his logo look like a cartoon. Who wants the cartoon man to come and shoot the wedding video? Here's what we did. Much more professional, neat, clean, and no cartoon logo. Mel, I'm sorry, it's not your fault. I know you're not the web designer, but what was the guy thinking? Of all the things he could have featured right there, the front page news, on the homepage, the hallway. Do we want people to focus on that long walk they've got to take down the hallway before they go into the dentist's office? We would never do anything like that. That's just bad marketing. Was he thinking, oh, maybe like two guys are talking. One goes, hey, I was going to go to that dentist you recommended, but then I saw his hallway. He was the dentist for me. Here's the Ad Excellence version. We want you to think about those people. Look at them. They're so friendly. They look so compassionate. We want you to think about the fact that we don't want you to think about is someone might say, you might feel a little pinch. We don't want you to think about that. Here's another example, a dentist in Fort Lauderdale. Look how friendly and compassionate she looks. You would never in a million years think that she would take sharp motorized instruments, stick them in your mouth, and hurt you with them. But that's what she does every day. But we take your mind off that. Here's a client, they make boats. They wanted this form on the website that people could fill out, and you can scroll up, and there's a long, long form full of options you could select on the boat. You can't do this with a free WordPress or other website. This takes programming. Here's another client, they make nail polish, and if you want to go in the nail polish business, that's what they do. You go to their website, you select the bottle you want, you select the top you want, and then it shows you what they look like together. It takes programming to do that kind of thing. Here's a client, they have the parts that are used to repair sandblasting machines. When your sandblasting machine breaks, you're out of business till you get it fixed. So you open up the machine, you see all these parts, you don't know what the parts are called, you certainly don't know the manufacturer's part number, so how are you going to fix it? Well, on our website we put drawings just like that. So when the guy takes it apart and he sees, let's say, that part is broken, so he just clicks on it and it brings you right to the checkout page where you can buy that part. You never need to know what it's called. Here's a trade show display that we made for a client. The top part looks like it's made of wood. None of it is. The whole thing is one continuous sheet of fabric. We're able to print high-resolution graphics on it and make it look like it's wood with a fabric draped over it. Here's an example of what we do as a full-service ad agency. We made the logo for Joe Ward Roofing. We made this two-pocket folder. You put the brochure in the two-pocket folder. We've got door hangers for when they're out in the neighborhood. We made their trade show display, we made a movie theater ad, and we made their website. As a full-service ad agency, that's what I help people do. I handle all of their marketing needs. Thank you.